What's going on, Louis Angel right here with AE Mind. I am your memory coach, remember that. And we're going to be going over how to memorize vocabulary words in today's video. Alright, so for those of you that don't know me, again, I am a memory coach. My name is Louis Angel, and I currently teach students how to memorize their school information much more quickly so they can learn it, and also so that they can do a lot better in the test, right? So one of the things that I have them do is memorize vocabulary words in a very short period of time, and I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. Now, I tell them that the key to memorization is visualization. So if you want to really memorize anything in a short period of time, what you have to do is visualize the information that you're trying to remember. See, I'm a mental athlete. I compete in memory competitions, and I've gone to the USA memory competition and the world memory competition, and all that I do, all that the top mental athletes do, all that we do is we're creative storytellers, so that we create little miniature stories whenever we want to memorize, say for example like numbers or names or vocabulary words, right? So I'm gonna help you create a few little stories with some of the words that I'm gonna give you to learn and to memorize in a minute. Alright, so benevolent, it's an adjective. It means well-meaning and kindly. Some synonyms are kind, good, kind-hearted, compassionate, and caring. So what we do in order to memorize this is what? Remember? We turn it into a picture, right? We convert benevolent into a picture. So now you're probably asking yourself, okay, alright, how do we do that, Louis? How do we turn benevolent into an image? I'm glad you asked. I'm about to show you. So we take benevolent, we split it up. So we have a picture for Ben, in this case it's a bone, and envelope. You gotta think to yourself, okay, what does that remind me of, right? The first thing that popped into my mind is envelope. So we have bone and an envelope. Now, if you want to, say, add an extra little trigger to really help you with the spelling of this, maybe you might throw in lint, right? So as a bonus, you might throw in lint in the envelope to help you memorize this word. So now we take the definition, which in this case it's well-meaning and kindly, convert that into a picture. So, for me, I actually just picture a dog, a kind dog, right? So I actually really don't think that this dog is kind enough, so let's change it up real quick. So I picture a kind dog for well-meaning and kindly, right? Now, what do we do with that? We glue these images together, right? We create a story out of the picture and picture that we created, mesh them together. The story goes, the dog got an envelope in the mail with a bone for being very kind to its owner. So there we go. If you want, again, add that extra little element to help you remember that it's lint at the end. Throw in some lint in there, right? Maybe as the dog was taking out this bone from the envelope, it started dusting off some of the lint that was there, and then boom, it just started munching on it, right? So munching on that bone. So real quick, what does benevolent mean? Remember, the image should have popped in your mind. Well-meaning and kindly, right? We have the bone, envelope, and a kind dog. Are you ready to learn some more words? Let's go ahead and get right into 4 more words for you. So a total of 5. Benevolent, tawdry, languid, gregarious, and pulchritude. We're ready to do the first one. Let's get right into tawdry. So it means cheap and of poor quality. Now, how do we memorize this? Remember, we gotta take the word, turn it into a picture, right? And then we take the definition, turn that into a picture, mesh it together to create a little story. So tawdry, let's convert that into an image real quick. Tawdry Towel Dry. So what I did here is I split it up, as you can see here. So that's what you can do from now on. When you see a word and you don't think of an image right away, you can split it up into sections, kind of like what we did with benevolent earlier, right? So tawdry towel that's dry, and then start messing with it with each one of these sections. So towel, right? Boom, I got towel. Dry, I got dry, right? So a towel that's dry. There we go. Now we have the image for tawdry. Now what we do is take the definition, cheap and of poor quality, and many times, in order to create the image or the picture for the definition, what I do is I just piggyback off of the image that I already created for the word. So I just think of a cheap towel, right? Cheap and of poor quality. So a cheap, old, raggedy towel. So there we go. We have now the image for the definition. So create a little story out of it, right? We have the picture for the word, the picture for the definition. We're gonna mesh them together, glue them together to create a little story. So towel couldn't dry my face because it was made out of cheap material, right? So create a little story out of the images that we just created. What does tawdry mean? It is an adjective. Can you remember? Pretty sure you can. Alright, I'm sure you got it right. Cheap and of poor quality, that's what tawdry means. And remember, towel that's dry, it's made out of cheap material, right? Cheap fabric. Next word on the list, it is languid. It is an adjective. It means without energy or spirit, or lazy, slow, sluggish, right? I'm very languid. So let's get right into this. We're gonna go a little bit faster now that you're getting the hang of it. So languid, languid, a lane, like a car lane, and then guid, I picture a squid, right? So lane, squid. Now what do we do with the definition? Same thing, we turn that into an image. So I picture a very tired and lazy squid. Remember, I piggybacked off of the first images that we created. So without energy or spirit, picture a very lazy, just laying there squid. Now, what do we do? Mesh these two pictures together to create a little story. So languid, it's an adjective, right? So I have here on top of the lane, there is a giant lazy squid just laying on it, right? So dude is just chilling, like, yeah, nobody bother me, cars go around, who cares? I don't want you guys to bother me right now, right? I'm chilling right now. So lane, guid, lane, squid. There we go. Now, what does it mean? Languid. That's right, it means without energy or spirit, lazy, slow, sluggish. There we go, we now have the definition for languid in our brains. Let's move on to the next word. Next word is gregarious. So it is an adjective, it means fond of company of others or sociable. So what do we do for the word? Again, we turn it into a picture. Real simple, right? So gregarious. So gray car, gregar, and then rious. I pictured rice. There we go. So gray car and rice. Now, fond of company of others. Turn that into a picture real quick. Rice just hanging out together. Remember, piggyback off of the first images that we created. Now, gregarious, we're gonna create a little story out of this. Mesh these two images together. So all of the rice buddies are hanging out together in the gray car. So there we go, gregarious, right? Everybody just having a good time. All the rice buddies high-fiving each other. Maybe they're listening to some loud music in the gray car, just having a good time. And that's how you're gonna remember what gregarious means. So, what does it mean? Answer it right now. So you got that right. Fond of company of others or sociable, gray car, and rice. There you go, gregarious. Last one, Pulchritude. It is a noun and it means immense beauty. So start getting your wheels turning up there. Create a process where we're gonna create a little story out of this so that we can memorize it and recall it very quickly later on. So Pulchritude, again, noun. Convert that into an image. So pulchrit, I picture poker. Tude, I picture toad. So there we go. Those are our images for Pulchritude, Pulchritude. Now take the definition, immense beauty. Convert that into an image. So I think of a beautiful queen. So there we go, a beautiful queen. Remember, piggyback off of the images that you already created, if it's possible. If not, and you think of a better one for the definition, great, use that. But for this case, piggyback off of, you know, the Queen of Hearts, the poker card, so beautiful queen. Now, story, right? What do? We have the picture for the word, the picture for the definition. Mesh them together, create a little story, and it goes a little something like this. While playing poker, the toad got a royal flush and turned into a beautiful queen. Alright, so what does Pulchritude mean? That's right, Pulchritude means immense beauty. So what did we do? We turned Pulchritude into poker cards and a toad, and then we had that link up to a beautiful queen. So that means immense beauty, right? Alright, so let's test just to see how well we're able to retain this. We said we learned 5 words. Let's see if we know them all right now. So, gregarious, what does that mean? Gregarious, gray, car, rice, right? It means fond of company of others or sociable. I'm sure you got that right. Tawdry, what does that mean? I know you have it. It's right there. Think of the images that we created. Right? It was a towel that's dry and it means cheap and of poor quality. There we go. So Pulchritude, what does that mean? You just did that one. You know it. That's right, immense beauty. There we go. Benevolent, what does that mean? That was the first one. Benevolent, think of the images that we created. Bone envelope. That's right, remember? Kind dog, so well-meaning and kindly. Last one, languid, what does it mean? Think of the images. That's right, I'm sure you got it right. Without energy or spirit, lazy, slow, sluggish, just a lazy squid just laying there, right? Languid, lane, squid for languid. Thank you again for watching this video. I'm sure that you got some value out of it. And listen, start practicing the technique. Picture, picture, story, right? Turn these words and definitions into pictures, create little stories out of them so that you'll be able to memorize the words very quickly. So what I want you to do right now, moving forward, get a dictionary, get, you know, your school books, and get 5 new words, 5 words that you don't know yet, And using this process, go ahead and memorize the definition for these words, and then have someone test you, right? Like, check this out, I just memorized these words in 5 to 10 minutes. Let's see if I have them in my brain, right? Which you should be able to if you follow the process that I taught you. So what is it again? Picture, picture, story. There we go. Listen, check this out. Make sure to get all of the videos that I have here. I'm gonna be going over like numbers, how to memorize a long number in a short period of time, how to memorize like periodic table of elements, and a lot of other information to help you memorize it very quickly. Alright, so that's it. I am out. Mine, Louis Angel, signing off. I'll see you on the next video. Keep learning, keep pushing forward.